So here we're trying to solve this equation, which means I'm trying to get this x by itself. But you notice that we have two x's, which means we have to combine them on that side. This stuff actually, basically on that side, we want to distribute and combine like terms so that there's just one x that we want to try to get by itself. So I'm going to distribute this -2 into both of these terms, and there's really, you might want to imagine it as a -1 here. Really what this is saying is that I'm subtracting the entire difference inside of there. Another way to imagine that is that this is a -1 that gets distributed into both terms here. So I distribute the -2 here, I distribute a -1 here, and then I'm going to combine like terms. So I don't really change anything about the equation. The 4 still equals whatever I get from this side. I'm really just working on simplifying this so that these x's come together. That gives me -6 plus 2x is a -2 times a -1. That's a positive 2x. -1 times 7 is a -7. -1 times -3 is a positive 3, and that still keeps its x. So I distributed. Now I'm going to combine like terms. So in this step, I'm actually going to combine two sets of like terms. This -6 and -7, they can combine to make a -13. And the plus 2x and plus 3x can be added together to give me a 5x. Again, nothing really about the equation part changes. That is still just a 4 equals whatever I have on this side. All I did was simplify that stuff by distributing and then combining like terms. Now I want to get this x by itself. Now I'm actually working on solving the equation, which means I have to cancel out this -13 first. And I'm going to do that by adding 13 to cancel out that -13, and I'm going to add 13 on that side. That gives me 17 equals 5x. And I have one more step. I'm going to cancel out this multiplication by dividing by 5. And I do that on both sides. That gives me x equals 17/5. Or if you want to write that as a decimal, that's 3.4. Either of those answers would be okay. And what this is really saying is that when I plug in 3.4 to both of these x's, and then I follow order of operations on that side, it would equal 4 as my answer.